What's going on, dealers? It is Sam from ShapeShift. Today we're going to talk about Facebook's own recommendations, their best practices on how to optimize automotive inventory ads for car dealerships. So this is part 2 of a 3-part series I'm doing on different best practices that Facebook recommends for automotive inventory ads. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I'll link it in the description below. Make sure to subscribe for part 3 coming real soon. Let's get into the video. Number 1, starting off, a really good recommendation that I wish I knew when I was starting out my Facebook ad campaigns and my Facebook ads agency. Optimize for valuable actions on the VDP, the vehicle detail page. Instead of telling Facebook to just get as many clicks as possible, which is what Facebook will do, tell Facebook to optimize for valuable actions on that detail page, such as clicking that test drive button, such as scrolling through the different photos, such as submitting a lead. Those are valuable actions that you should tell your campaign to optimize for, and not just telling your campaign, find me as many people to click into the ads as possible. Because you're gonna get a lot of clicks, but a lot of those clicks just don't translate to leads, just don't translate to money generated for your car dealership, because these are people that are just clicking and not doing anything else. So the Facebook algorithm is very powerful, but you have to give it some input. You have to give it some direction. If you tell it, find me people that are just gonna click into this ad, find me as many clicks as possible, the Facebook algorithm is gonna be like, okay, I got you. Send you clicks, and they're gonna send you so many people that are gonna click into the ads, but those people aren't gonna do shit but leave the page afterwards. So that's not what you wanna do. What you wanna do is tell the algorithm, Facebook, find me people who are likely to stay on the page for a while, to check out more photos of the vehicle, scroll through the different interior photos, engine bay photos. Find me people that are going to send in their information into the dealership and say, I'm interested in this car, please call me, please email me, please contact me, I'm really interested in this car. That's what you should be telling the Facebook algorithm to do. Highly valuable actions on the dealership's vehicle detail page. That's what you want. Number 2, optimize for conversion events. So instead of setting your campaign to drive as much traffic as possible, don't select that goal. Select the goal of conversions, because then you can tell Facebook, okay, this is the conversion I want to optimize for. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is when you optimize for clicks, you're gonna get clicks at a very cheap rate, because you're optimizing for getting the cheapest clicks possible, even if those clicks are very low quality traffic. When you optimize for conversions and highly valuable events, your cost per click is actually gonna go up, but that's okay, because you want to prioritize people who are actually more likely to take valuable actions, such as filling out a lead, because those people ultimately will actually result in a car sale. So it's okay to pay more for those people and not spend so much on people who are just clicking and clicking and clicking out and clicking in and just window shopping and wasting your budget. It's not always about getting the cheapest cost per click. So that's why when I see a lot of agencies or marketers out there that are promising dealerships, hey, I'll get you clicks to your website at 2 cents per click, it's a trap, you know? It's too good to be true, and it's just fluff metrics. You really want to optimize for what's important. Like, would you rather have 100 people click on this dealership's website, but they only stay there for 10 seconds? Or would you actually rather have 50 people who are actually gonna stay a little bit longer, who are actually gonna browse through the different inventory that dealership has, or who are gonna check out the different photos that car has? Out of those 50, 10 people will actually fill out a form. Would you rather have that than just 100 people clicking with very low interest? Remember, when it comes to Facebook ads, It's a quality game. It's not a quantity game because it's still super cheap to get clicks on Facebook, unlike Google, which is a much more mature platform that's oversaturated. Facebook is still incredibly cheap and you can get a lot of cheap clicks from the platform, but you actually don't want to fall for that trap. Be a smart marketer and optimize for conversions. So number 3 is going to be bid the true value of the conversion. So you can work with your dealership and ask them, hey, how much does it typically cost you per lead on all of your digital marketing platform? How much does it cost you on average? So the dealership might say something like, oh, well, on average, it costs me $20 or $40 to generate a lead if I'm looking at all of my marketing channels and averaging out the cost. So what you can do is you can tell Facebook, okay, for this dealership, I want to bid up to $30 to generate a lead. That way, the dealership's cost per acquisition is in line with what they're spending and not too expensive. So if you're generating leads, but it's too expensive, keep in mind the dealership's not going to be able to convert every single lead into a sale. So if you're generating leads at a cost that is too expensive for the dealership, it just might not add up in terms of profit. Let's say they're making $500 on a car, but it takes them 10 leads to generate one sale. If it costs you $700 to generate those 10 leads, it's not worth it. Even if you generated the dealership 10 leads, it costs $700. Most likely they're only gonna sell one car from it and make $500. You wanna make sure what you're generating for them is in line with their cost of customer acquisition. If it's too high, it's not worth doing. Number 4, set budgets as large as you can. Facebook, did you actually put this as a best practice? This actually sounds very self-serving, Facebook. I mean, okay, sure, Facebook, I'm gonna set my budget at $1 million because that's what you recommended. Yeah, totally, dude. Like, that makes a lot of sense. In all seriousness, there is something valuable to take away from this recommendation is you want to make sure your budget is big enough for the size of the dealership. If you're working with a smaller dealership, independent lot that maybe has 20 cars, obviously you can work with a smaller budget. But if you're working with, say, a franchise dealership that's advertising new cars and used cars and that has 500 vehicles on the lot between used and new, you want to go with a bigger budget because you don't want to run out of budget during a certain time of the day and you're not capturing all the demand that the dealership could be capturing. When you spend too little, it's kind of like signing up for the gym and only going once, right? What kind of results can you expect off of just going to the gym once? Well, it's the same thing. A lot of times dealerships will ask me, what can you do for $500? And I tell them, nothing. I can't do nothing for you. Like, what do you expect? Me to generate you, I don't know, 10 leads, and hopefully, luckily, you sell a car off of those. You're talking about selling a car, right? It's a couple $1,000 item. So obviously your cost per customer acquisition is gonna be high, right? You might have to spend $300 to sell one car. And it is a numbers game, right? If the dealership closes 10% of their leads, but you only generate 10 leads for them, there's no guarantee that out of those 10, they're gonna sell anything because the sample size is too small. Even if they close 10% of their leads, you wanna generate 100 leads. That way, the bigger the pool of leads, the more likely they are to hit that 10% number. It's just the rule of averages, right? The more people you have, the more likely that average number is going to hit. Even if dealership closes 10% of their leads, if you just grab them 10 leads, they might not close anything. But if you grab them 100 leads, the chances that they'll actually sell around 10 cars is much greater. Finally, plan in advance. So this is actually something I did not know, but it blew my mind. So if you set up your ad campaign ahead of time and you don't activate it yet, your ad is not spending any money yet, Facebook will still start learning how to deliver these ads in the best way possible to generate the results that you've set. So the longer you have your ad campaign set up, even if it's not running, the Facebook algorithm will actually still be learning, okay, this campaign that is about to launch, that is set to want to generate form fills on this specific landing page, what time of the day, who do we serve to try to get these results? So Facebook can actually continue to monitor and predict how to make this campaign successful in the background, even though the ad spend is not spending, and even though the campaign isn't active, Facebook is just constantly monitoring so much data, so much action from its users that it can intelligently predict how to generate this result, even if the ads hasn't ran yet. So the longer you set up your ad campaign, the better, as opposed to if the campaign is ready to go live and you set it up that day and you push it live that day, well, it's gonna take a longer learning curve for the Facebook algorithm to figure out the best strategy, the best time to serve the ad, the best platforms to serve the ads to. It's gonna take a longer learning curve to get that campaign optimized than if you were to set up the campaign a few weeks ago and let the algorithm learn in the background. So that's it. Those are Facebook's official tips, Facebook's official best practices to implement to optimize your campaign for dealership inventory ads to get it to perform better. If you made it to the end of the video, you hopefully learned something useful. And if you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, I've been in the digital marketing space for over 10 years. I spent most of those years in the dealership agency world. So I'm gonna give you a lot more content, industry insider information on how to generate the best results for your dealership Facebook ad campaigns. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.